I haven't stopped fighting for I pray to God that one day the truth will be known. Everything. That I didn't kill my son. I didn't starve him to death. I wouldn't do that.
Tonight, an ongoing KXAN investigation into the massive number of autopsies performed by Travis County's longest-serving chief medical examiner, Dr. Roberto Bayardo.
Our team first uncovered a workload of between 400 and 800 autopsies each year of his near 3 decades in that role.
Far exceeding the national standard of 325, something critics say could have led to rushed procedures and potential missteps in some of the most high-profile criminal cases in Texas history, like the murder trial of Michael Morton, sentenced to life in his wife's 1986 murder, later exonerated, leaving questions about Bayardo's time of death testimony, or the pending death sentence of Rodney Reed, Bayardo's autopsy of a Bastrop woman brutally killed in 1996, once again under the microscope, or accused baby killer Kathy Lynn Henderson. Years after her 1994 case, Bayardo reversed his findings. Henderson later died in jail, awaiting her freedom.
Now we're exploring another case in association with The Appeal, a nonprofit criminal justice publication. KXAN's Sally Hernandez traveled to an East Texas prison to interview a mother serving life after Bayardo said she starved her baby to death.
The photo of an infant so badly malnourished is among the most disturbing in the case against Ernestina Rodriguez. Her 2.5-month-old son Ramiro was emaciated. His autopsy report describes his eyes and abdomen sunken in with no fatty tissue. Bayardo said that he was severely underweight for a baby that age, only 5.5 pounds when he died. But some experts say he missed signs that could point to another reason why the baby died. The prison cell Ernestina Rodriguez calls home today is not much smaller than the goat shack with no running water that she and her husband and 4 kids under 4 years old once called home in 1998. That shed off the side of a road in rural Bandera County, tucked away in the middle of brush and cedar trees, is now long gone.
It wasn't big at all. I would say maybe 8 by 10, if that. It was small, it was cramped, it was cold.
It was supposed to be temporary until they could save up and move out, but Rodriguez says she soon felt depressed and overwhelmed, poor and isolated. She says her youngest son, Ramiro, was always crying and hungry, but she nursed and bottle-fed him, she says, up until the end.
When people ask you, how did Ramiro die, what do you say?
I tell them the truth.
What's the truth?
He died in his sleep.
Why?
I don't know why. I know that they said that I didn't feed my son. I did feed him. Why he didn't absorb the food, I don't know.
The medical examiner at the time, Dr. Bayardo, said that you starved Ramiro.
Yes, that's what he said. And no, I didn't starve my son. I fed him. Why he cried, I don't know.
The district attorney's office says Rodriguez purposely starved her baby because she didn't want him. They used Travis County medical examiner Dr. Roberto Bayardo's starvation finding to build a case and secure a capital murder conviction. But experts in metabolism contacted by our media partner, The Appeal, say Dr. Bayardo overlooked the baby's unusually low glucose level and should have known it was a red flag. Ramiro may have been born with a rare disorder that kept him from thriving and wasn't intentionally starved. That kind of alternative explanation could have resulted in a lesser charge or sentence for Rodriguez. What was your first reaction when you saw this autopsy report? Was it sufficient?
It hits all the major points. But modern autopsy examinations are much lengthier. At least the reporting is much lengthier. The investigation and the analysis that's contained in the modern reports are more thorough.
Austin defense attorney Ariel Payan is not involved in Rodriguez's case, but was part of a separate capital murder conviction recently overturned, partly because Dr. Bayardo walked back his findings. He's not sure if this case is going to end the same way.
I would hesitate to say that this is an avenue that could lead to some type of relief, but it is possible.
Rodriguez has heard that before, but she still has hope all these years later.
I wish it would have been me instead of him, because at least I wouldn't be sitting here. He would still be alive.
The original prosecutor in this case from Bandera County tells me that the autopsy was only one piece of evidence, that there was much more used to convict Rodriguez. She is open to hearing new evidence, but points out a higher court didn't believe the metabolism experts and already denied Rodriguez's request for a new trial. As of now, Rodriguez is up for parole. In the year 2038, she will be 64 years old. We reached out to Dr. Bayardo, but he would not comment. In the past, he spoke with us about his workload, now under scrutiny, including the $2.6 million he made by performing autopsies for 45 other counties on the side. Check out our complete coverage and this latest case with the appeal on the investigative section of KXAN.com.